In 1962, Denver pediatrician Dr. C. Henry Kemp and his colleagues published The Battered Child Syndrome, a landmark paper which created a medical and psychiatric model to diagnose child abuse and neglect, and expose the disturbing reality that some parents and caretakers batter their children, sometimes to death. More than the creation of child abuse reporting laws in all 50 states, more than the founding of the Kempe Center, more than a Nobel Prize nomination, Dr. Kemp's legacy lives on through the work we do at Kempe every day.
My husband and I became foster parents last April. We got a call about 2 little boys with some developmental needs. I want to talk about Jay, the oldest boy. When they came, I would try to hold him, and he would brace his body back. He really resisted any kind of gentle touch. It was almost as if it were painful for him, but he, I think, just had issues with learning to connect. Before Kempe, we tried to survive. 3 months into his time at Kempe, I could ask to hold him. He would ask for me to hold him, and I could cuddle him and rock him. He wouldn't stiffen up. He would actually put his head on my shoulder, and that was incredible. His younger brother, some similar behaviors as far as eye contact, for example. He had kind of a nervous tic where he would lower his head whenever he talked to anyone, and he would start to, and I thought he had vision problems. And after his initial evaluation at Kempe, they said, well, that's actually a sign of anxiety. And I said, oh, he doesn't have a vision problem. And so what I've noticed over the months is that he makes eye contact with you, he smiles. Initially his affect was very flat, just kind of, he wouldn't smile much. He wouldn't even frown much. It was just a very blank stare on his face. And then when anyone would get down on his level to talk with him, he would immediately get those hands up. And now he is chatting away. Just what you would expect from a more typical 3-year-old. And he talks about, what's that? What's that for? And I like it. A place like Kempe is very important because it provides education for the caregivers, one, and it helps the children. It gives them a safe place to make their transformation happen.
It's really remarkable that the center has been here as long as it has, because there's nothing easy about the work nor sustaining it. The children who are most vulnerable are the tiniest children, even though every child can be vulnerable. But how can an infant tell us that, thank you, doctor, I'm so glad I'm not being battered, or that I'm finally getting something to eat? And it takes not only some personal strength, I think, but colleagues and a larger community to help people sustain their work when we want every child to do well.
The foster children came to me prior to being in a family situation that was causing some kind of trauma. Some of the things that caused concern for me when these foster children came to my home were the bickering, the constant fighting and arguing over just trivial things, and just very destructive behaviors. That's how we came to know Dr. Karen Frankel, because the youngest child, who was the child who eventually ended up going to the Kempe Center, said to Dr. Frankel, I'm going to kill you and me. And we were both taken aback because I had never heard a 4-year-old say that to an adult that he or she had never seen before. So as a result, Dr. Frankel was the initiator in getting Donnie, is his name, into the program. And thank God that she did, because he today is a wonderful child to be around. He is happy, he's very considerate and has lots of empathy and compassion for other people. I don't see any of the bickering, the arguing, and just being respectful of people is what I see. And I know he's learned those skills and techniques from having been at the Kempe Center, and just really grateful that Dr. Karen was able to see that and get him into the program and make him a success. He's just the sweetest young man that has evolved as a result of having been at the Kempe Center. The Kempe Center is the best place for a child to be, to get their issues addressed, to learn different skills and techniques, to learn trust, and to be able to cope with life's challenges. Kempe Center is superior in breaking that cycle of child abuse and neglect.
Hello, my name is Pat Peterson, and I'm the President and CEO of the Kempe Foundation. Allow me to personally thank each and every one of you for your generous support of the work that is done at the Kempe Center and the Kempe Foundation. Our words alone cannot show how truly grateful we are that you care enough to support our efforts in caring for children and their families. Already you have shown tremendous generosity, but our need is so great. Each year in Colorado, thousands of children are abused and neglected. Our single-minded efforts at Kempe are dedicated to ending this cycle of abuse. We do so through evidence-based scientific research combined with care, compassion, and a love for children. Your support shows that you share that love for children and a desire to see a world of safe, happy children who grow up to become healthy adults. Kempe cannot do it alone. We depend on your support to fuel innovative and life-changing programs that lead to a day when child abuse and neglect are no longer a daily news headline. Please consider the value of one child. Open your heart and allow yourself to become an even more engaged and committed supporter of our efforts. If not Kempe, then who will lead the cause for children? If not you, then who will support the breakthrough research needed for children? And if not today, then when? When will we make a difference for children? Please remember that when you give to Kempe, you give hope to kids. Thank you.
Without the Kempe Center, I don't know how the future would turn out. It's imperative that we keep the Kempe Center alive. They do so much for these children and families. They go beyond the call of duty.
If you need immediate gratification, this is not work you should do. But if you hang in there long enough, we can provide for children and their families some hope that life can be better.
The children are our future, and they matter. They need a good beginning, and that's what they get here at Kempe.
Vamos a promover esperanza para nuestros niños.
Give hope to kids.
At Kempe, we try to make sure that kids have a safe and healthy environment in which they can grow and develop, and that gives hope to kids.
Kempe has empowered our family to help the children that we so desire to help. We feel that it's something we can do. It helps kids to blossom and give them a safe place to become who they really are.